Niagara 124, your source for food, entertainment, news, and something else. I got that wrong. It doesn't matter. We are both very sick today, so just enjoy the show, folks. This week on Niagara 124, we decided to replace James with an Italian puppet. You can't see this because it's a radio show, however, I insist that he is there creepily staring at Bobby. It's making Bobby feel quite uncomfortable. Also, we have lots of news to report, and I mean like lots of news. We have actual news this week, folks. Isn't it wonderful? All this and more on 124. Meep. Meep.
Hello.
Meep. Meep. We're starting off the show very weird today, folks. Hello, folks. This is Niagara 124. I'm Nico.
I'm dying.
Yeah, we're both very much dying, but the plague has finally hit us. Congratulations. This is lovely WNIA Studios in lower level Gallagher. Woo! We jumped out a window.
What?
Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I might be loud. Hold on.
You might be loud. Oh no. What a shame.
The slider looks higher than normal.
Well, because we're both sick.
Okay.
And this thing is always wrong, so mine should technically be a little higher. So, it was midterms week. That was excruciating.
I mean, I felt fine at the beginning of this week, and now I feel terrible.
I felt sick at the beginning of this week, and it's gotten progressively worse. And I felt good for all my midterms except the one I took this morning.
Midterm
because
immediately after this.
The answers were just donuts to me that we are all high. So, you want to just I'll just start off with
what happened? What happened this week?
Oh no, I'm going to start off with this. Note on story coverage, because I have like 18 arrows pointing at it and a lot of screaming exclamation points. Guys, I know that not a lot of you listen to the show, and those of you that do listen to the show are very somewhat active. Don't come up to us after the show and tell us, why didn't you cover this story? We have a Twitter. We have a Facebook. You can call into the studio. If we're not covering a story, call it in, because we just might not know the story. Unless, of course, we're talking about Ron, in which, Ron, I'm just ignoring your stories because I don't know anything about sports. So it didn't make much sense to me. No, I cover most of Ron's stories. But that happens a lot. Like people will walk up and go, well, why didn't you say this? And I'm like, well, I didn't know about the story. You know, a lot of news can happen in the hour while we're sitting here not looking up news stories.
Like people dying.
Yeah, like last week with Leonard Nimoy, I mean.
And hopefully Harrison Ford does not do the same thing.
He should. We'll get to that, Bobby. We'll get to that. So, yeah, if you guys have a story you want us to report, or you just want to talk to us and say hi, and, you know, because you love us, you can tweet us at Niagara124. You can go onto our Facebook page at Niagara1/24. you could go to the YouTube page, Niagara1/24, and hear old episodes, except for last week's and this week's because I'm having conversion issues. And, of course, you can call into the studio at 716-286-7315. That is 286-7315. The awesome thing is, you get to hear your voice on the radio.
I mean, it might be a little disorienting listening and talking at the same time,
Well,
but
that's you shut off the radio while you're making the call.
but then you can't hear yourself on the radio.
Well, you can through the phone because you hear the same thing. Bobby, whose side are you on?
I'm on the wrong Twitter account.
That's not good.
I'm on my own side.
He's on his personal Twitter account. That's not good. Of course he is. Does he know how to get back into the Niagara account?
So I've been getting a lot of notifications of you talking to yourself.
Pardon me? Pardon me? You have something you want to say?
No.
I was gonna say. So, our mascot has become somewhat popular. I'm actually impressed. I didn't think, because our mascot, you can follow our mascot at Sheepy Niagara, Sheepy the sheep. You can follow her, and she has like 4 followers. I mean, one of them is the show, but it actually has like people following it. It's crazy. It's like our mascot is gonna outperform the show itself. That's not a good thing. So, do we get to the news?
Yes.
Okay, let's get to the news. KFC in Colorado has gotten permits to sell marijuana.
Okay. What?
So,
What?
let me repeat that. Kentucky Fried Chicken in Colorado can now sell pot.
Like, just to anyone, or?
Well, pot's legal in Colorado.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. They can sell pot. Because, you know, Kentucky Fried Chicken and stoners go hand in hand. Listen, KFC is owned by the same people that have Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. I think they put it in the worst of the 3. Like, seriously. Or when does any stoner go, you know what, I could really go for some KFC? Like, pizza and tacos are like the stereotypical food item. Why didn't they do Taco Bell and Pizza Hut? That would be awesome.
'Cause KFC.
'Cause KFC, man. 'Cause KFC,
I have nothing to say on this. Marijuana is being legalized in a lot of places.
Yes.
This is the year that weed shall be legalized.
You think so?
Yes, and glitter will be banned. Taken from a quote from Reddit. Thank you. 2015, the year weed is legalized and glitter is banned.
See, this is what happens when you have an individual that is not good at internet and an individual that is way too much good at internet combined. Words that came out of your mouth, know me, understando.
Did you not hear about the glitter thing?
When they were sending glitter to people.
Yeah, like there's a thing going on. Like you can pay to have a letter like typed up, like an angry or mean letter typed up, and then the envelope is filled with glitter. So when they take out the letter, there's just glitter everywhere. So just like if you just don't like someone, you can send them glitter. And somebody sent it to a congressman, and I forgot the state, but someone sent it to a member of Congress, and there was a whole thing going on where it's like, oh, we're putting all resources to find out who did this. It's like, no, that's a waste of so much time. You just got sent glitter. Ignore it. Don't react to it. That's what they wanted you to do.
That is a waste of taxpayer dollars. We need to find out who sent us the glitter. Really? They didn't poison you. They sent you glitter. Like, it was Lady Gaga's hairdresser. I mean, it was Katy Perry's #1 fan. Who was it?
But yeah, it was Congressman Fortenberry of of Nebraska.
What?
So that
What?
there's that
What was that name?
Fortenberry.
Fortenberry.
Yes.
Ugh. People just have made up names in this country. I guess once you get to that end of the country, people's names are made up. You know how it is. So, let's talk about sports.
Ha 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 ha.
Hey, let's talk about sports. Because Ron wants us to. So, we traded... The Bills traded Kiko Alonso for Lisan McCoy. Which was a good trade, in my opinion. Because I actually knew who those people were. I was in shock. I'm like, whoa, I actually know people for once. I knew, like, all of the trades that happened except for the last one that he broke into the studio to start screaming about 2 minutes before the show. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But yeah, if you guys want a sports, at Niagara124 Twitter, come on, send us stuff. Or call in and scream about sports. You know. Also, we just got a new quarterback. We got a new quarterback.
We did.
Yep, Matt Castle. The only person with a worse QBR than Matt Castle was Mark Sanchez. And Ron and I had a bet, because Ron bet that this started way back in the day, where I said Rex Ryan's gonna be the new coach of the Bills, and Ron said, no, he's not, and I said, yes, he is, and he became the new coach of the Bills. Next, I said the Patriots are gonna win the Super Bowl, and Ron's like, nope, and the Patriots won the Super Bowl. So next, Ron decides he's going to try to place a bet. He's like, Sanchez is going to be our new quarterback. And I went, not going to happen. Not going to happen. And we got Matt Castle, which solidifies my place in 3 for 3. What? Yeah, 3 for 3. Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Yes, I am the greatest. Yes. Also, Brandon Marshall, he was like a year ago, not even a year ago, he got a contract that was like the highest paid whatever he does. I really was not paying attention to Ron when he's telling me this. Whatever sportsy, football-y position he was in. And now he's being traded to the Jets, which is being traded to the Jets. I'm sorry. I'm a Jets fan, but being traded to the Jets is like sending someone on a vacation to South Dakota. It sounds kind of cool, but it's like you really you'd rather be in like North Dakota.
Okay.
So a House committee has subpoenaed Hillary Clinton's emails because she used a personal email account instead of the government one, and now she's in a lot of trouble.
Oops.
Yeah.
Wait, so I'm dying.
Okay, so way back when the Benghazi scandal happened and they were trying to find her emails, and they couldn't find her emails because they were in a personal account. But she's not supposed to use a personal email for government use. She's supposed to use the government emails and turn over them, otherwise it's illegal. So but she's turning them over, so it's a gray area in the law. But this is really kind of, they're like, oh, this is the undoing of Hillary Clinton. I'm like, this is really bad, because this is like, I watched the Republican straw poll. They decided all the Republican frontrunners for president for 2016. And it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. And I'm a Republican, and it made me feel kind of awkward because they were all kind of these awkward guys. And they all know that Hillary's going to run. So they just, out of nowhere, suddenly we decide that, oh, she was using a personal email. We caught her doing that. Like, you didn't catch this, I don't know, when this wasn't a political year. Not that I am pro-Hillary. I did not say I am pro-Hillary. I am just not... I don't know what. I do vote. I look at Word and decide vote. English not speak today. Tired I am. Yoda. Oh, the Star Wars Rebels finale. Oh,
I did not watch that. I don't watch that.
No, dude, it was amazing. Okay, turn it off for exactly 1 minute if you don't want spoilers. Just turn it off for 1 minute. If you do not want spoilers about Star Wars Rebels, 60 seconds starting now. Okay, Bobby, it was amazing. So,
are you counting the time?
Yeah, Fulcrum. Yeah, I'm counting the time. Fulcrum. It turned out the person that was in there's this person named Fulcrum actually turns out to be Ahsoka from Star Wars Clone Wars. Also, Vader was in it. And now there's 30 seconds if we could just talk about that because
was that really 30 seconds?
Okay, there might have been 11 seconds. I don't know. Okay. It's awesome. It's just an awesome show. It's just really cool. I really like that show. Sabine painted a TIE fighter. She painted a TIE fighter. Who paints TIE fighters? It was cool. It was psychedelic, man. It was so cool. Ugh.
I feel like my face is going to explode.
This is a. Okay, good. That was a minute.
Okay.
U.S. Ambassador Mark Lippert was attacked in South Korea. Someone stabbed him in the head with a knife, and he had to get like 88 stitches. And the guy that stabbed him was screaming, "No to war training," and he believes in the unification of Korea because South Korea and the U.S. are going through military exercises again. They do it kind of like all the time, so they're doing it again. And he's like, "No," and attacked the ambassador. But the ambassador was only being guarded by one unarmed bodyguard. He's a U.S. ambassador. He's being in a territory that is, not necessarily hostile, but it's South Korea. And he gets stabbed because his bodyguard is 10,000 feet away and has no weapon. Woohoo.
Oh.
Woohoo. Yes, woohoo is the correct response to that. And yes, this is the response I'm going for. Really, we're not guarding our ambassadors anymore? Is this what we're deciding? Okay, well, I guess we had to cut the budget somewhere. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic right now.
I mean, I cannot provide any sort of productive commentation today.
Does Bobby provide accurate commentations? That is the question. I'm skipping this next story.
Wait, what was it?
What?
What was it? Why would you skip it?
Okay, you want to cover it?
What is it?
Okay, we're going to cover this and we're not going to have an opinion on it. The Department of Justice is not prosecuting Darren Wilson. So, he was the cop that shot Michael Brown.
I thought
Didn't
that happen months ago?
No,
but
they found no case against him, but then the Department of Justice was trying to see if there was a case where it was a hate crime. And the Department of Justice is not filing charges because there's insufficient evidence.
Okay.
However, they're also condemning the Ferguson Police Department for racist acts.
Yes.
And this is it.
Yes.
This is the story. Moving on.
Well, I know the are we going to talk about the Chapel Hill thing? That's the thing that happened, right?
I completely missed that. So what?
The guy that killed the 3 Muslim students.
That was 2 weeks ago.
I know, but they're condemning him to the death penalty.
They are?
I believe I saw that. Yes.
How did the trial already happen? There's no way that trial happened.
I thought I saw something that...
If that trial... It took 2 years to get anyone else in any trial. There's no way that in a week and a half they've condemned this guy to the death penalty. You're sure he's not being charged with the death penalty? Like, being charged with let's say.
I recall seeing something related to it.
Well, we're currently looking this up.
Okay, yes, he is being charged with the death penalty.
Thank you. I was going to say, there's no way they gave him the death penalty in a week.
No, it's not that they gave it to him, but there's a possibility that he will.
Yeah, we're actually going to get to a different story about how long it takes to try to get someone the death penalty. We're going to get to that. Actually, you know what? Let's just cut to that right now. Do you remember the Jodi Arias trial?
No.
Okay, Jodi Arias, let me find it. Oh, it's right here at the top. Jodi Arias, stabbed her boyfriend to death in the bathtub in 2008. This was a big deal. As a matter of fact, HLN was covering this trial like the entire time. They let cameras in the courtroom. It was the equivalent of the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yes.
Back in 2013 was the trial. She was found guilty in 2013 of first-degree murder, and it was the first jury to decide whether she would get the death penalty or not. And the first jury was a hung jury, so they had to go to a second jury. Well, the second jury just became a hung jury, so now it's up to the judge to decide whether she gets life or 25 years before she can get parole. There's no longer the death penalty option because the hung jury.
Okay.
And this crime happened in 2008. 2013 was when she was found guilty. And it is now 2015, and they still couldn't decide whether to put her to death or not. This is what, yes, they're going to charge that guy with possibly giving the death penalty. It's going to take forever before anyone even finds that out. It's going to take forever. They just finally settled the George Zimmerman case.
Yes.
They just settled that.
I mean, that guy's been through tons of things.
Uh-huh.
Like...
Well, that guy's crazy. I mean, it came out like, oh, okay, he was completely bonkers. Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, his trial's going on right now. The accused Boston bomber.
Yes.
And they're deciding whether they're going to give him the death penalty. So they kind of hustled on that one a little bit. But even that's like we're going on 2 years now. And they're just now having that trial. So it takes forever for these things. Why do we have so many trials about why do we have so many stories about the death penalty? This really is Death 24/7 again. We're back to the death show, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe there's something nice on here. Snow! Lots of snow. Have you looked outside, Bobby?
Yes.
Everything is crashing because of snow. I am sick of snow. Snow has literally made me sick. I have a cold from the snow.
Well, snow is cold.
Snow. The puppet is looking at you like, why would you do that? The puppet is just sitting there, Bobby. He's staring at you with his chef's hat. He's terrifying.
Why? Why would you do this?
Because Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circuses are removing their elephants from their shows by 2018. There's no longer going to be elephants in the circus.
Is there a reason why they did that?
Because PETA kept throwing lawsuits at them over and over and over again, and at this point, it was too expensive for them to continue fighting all this lawsuit nonsense. So, congratulations, PETA. Because you want these animals to be able to roam freely with humans and, casually stroll down the I-95, because I know this is what you want, now we can no longer enjoy one of the most important things. What are we going to look at now in the circus? What? Well, I mean, what else is there in the circus? The clowns?
Yes.
Really? The clowns? No. The elephants are awesome. This makes me sad. If you guys have any opinion, call in at 286-7315. We want to hear the sound of your lovely voice.
What's happening? Oh.
Let's just talk about more death, because there seems to be a lot of death in the news. James Dixon is being charged with manslaughter and assault for beating Islan Nettles, a transgender individual, to death on August 17th, 2013. The case is they finally kind of convicted him. Well, they're charging him finally. It took a long time for that to happen. Like a year and a half. So there's that story.
Why we talk about death only?
Why do we talk about death only? Because that's all that is in the news is death. Death and destruction and mayhem and death. And a Delta jet skid off the runway and it closed LaGuardia and canceled a bunch of flights. It almost went into the ocean. It was terrifying.
Did anyone die?
No.
Okay, good.
EA is shutting down Maxis.
Yes, I heard that. We can talk about this.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about something that's just sad in a different way.
Oh, plane crash. Anyone die? Nope. Okay, good. EA is shutting down Maxis. Oh.
Okay, talk about it, Bobby.
Well, Maxis, I'm sure anybody listening has heard of the video game The Sims. Have you heard of The Sims?
I have played The Sims.
Yes, you have played. I have also played The Sims.
And Sim Potato.
Maxis developed The Sims, and they also developed Spore, but nobody cares about Spore.
I have Spore. Spore was a terrible game. Spore was a terrible game. That's probably why EA is shutting them down.
But the thing is, EA is shutting down the main office of Maxis, so they're still going to have like The Sims development handled, but the main office of Maxis is shutting down.
So this is like when Disney shut down LucasArts.
I guess.
Conspiracy.
But yeah, there's been a lot going on with like EA has done a lot to make The Sims worse of a game, and Maxis were the ones behind making it good, and now I don't know how people are going to think, what people are going to think about this, but no, I don't care at all. I don't care.
Isn't their slogan "Challenge Everything"?
It was, yeah. I don't know if it still is.
Challenge everything. Well, obviously they're challenging everyone to play bad games.
It's just like there's been a lot of things with EA and like making not good,
their old
publishing
games were
not good games.
Some of my favorite games are EA games, like
Yeah.
NASCAR 07.
Yeah, but when they moved into the whole microtransactions things and like paying for things and releasing like the same sports games over and over again with little to no changes.
Well, they've always been doing that.
Yeah.
That's the point of the sports games. Like I have NASCAR 07 and it's awesome.
But they're getting better with things, I think. They're trying to. They released free updates for The Sims 4, so that's different and good.
I still play video games that aren't connected to the internet. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I can also do that.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Do you play video games that aren't on the internet?
Yes.
What do you play that isn't hooked up to the internet at all?
What?
Like, is there an internet connection in your play ditties?
The entirety of Steam all Steam games can be played without internet.
But you had to use the internet to get them.
You have to use the internet to do everything on the internet.
No, you have to use the internet to do everything on the internet.
Exactly.
Bobby Tavano, 2015. You have to use the internet to do things on the internet.
What you're saying is stupid. You have to use the internet to get things, but then you can use it
don't.
offline.
There's a such thing called a hard copy.
But nobody
I
does.
literally use an Xbox, the original Xbox, with hard disks. My PS3, hard disks. I have never downloaded a game for any console ever in my entire life.
You need to use the
I
internet.
hate PC games with a passion. I don't like internet. I don't like anything to do with internet unless it is like sending emails or tweeting a sheepy about things.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? Maybe YouTube videos. I like videos. But online games are a pain in the neck.
You sound like you're 80.
What else is new? Bobby, there's a puppet in here. I am really old school and you're very new school. This is why it's like culture shock, man. It's like Clash of whatever. I do like Trivia Crack, though, and that is online. That's mobile, so... Like, I see the use for it in mobile, but I do not like interacting with people online. Multiplayer, don't like it. Nope. Just rather... Mainly because I'm terrible at video games. That's the... I will point this out. I'm terrible at video games, so playing people would just...
The thing is, what you seem to think is that everything that you get from the internet involves using the internet to communicate with other people.
Well, I know you could just download it off the internet, but it took... Do you know how long it took? I remember when I tried downloading that game from Steam, that war game. It still hasn't downloaded. That is how long it takes. I do not have internet capabilities that allow me to do that kind of
That's based on your internet service provider and what.
It's not my fault that Niagara Falls has no fast internet.
Well, exactly. That's why I want to move somewhere that has Google Fiber, because fiber internet is faster than anything that Time Warner or Verizon can give us right now.
However, I'd like to stay in Niagara Falls because if another person moves out of Niagara Falls, the city will cease to exist. Speaking of Niagara Falls, over 200 homes in the city have no running water. The pipes froze.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
This was as of Wednesday, so maybe some of them thawed out and refroze, but yes. Also, NFC Development Corps is voting to award Indian Ocean Group, LLC, whatever, they want to make a courtyard by Marriott, so they're considering whether they're going to give them a $250,000 grant. It's like a $10 million thing. So they're trying to see if they're going to give them a $250,000 grant. And also, they're voting on a $10,000 grant for River Pub and Mom's Restaurant.
Oh.
Even though Mom's Restaurant closed and somehow reopened somewhere else. The first human was discovered in Ethiopia.
The what?
They found the jawbone of what they believe is the link between Lucy, which was that really, really old Neanderthal type thing, and modern humans. It's 2.8 million years old, which is 400,000 years older than what they
found
thought.
The exact first.
They found a jawbone. They're calling it the first human. I don't know if you could judge that based on a jaw. It's part of the mandible. Like a couple of wisdom teeth in there. I don't know.
Meh.
So wise. So very wise.
Evolution.
Wow, it took me like a minute to read what this said. This was really... Russia... I'm just gonna guess. Russia sent a bunch of troops into disputed territory, and they're like, ooh, Russia. And they're like, oh, don't do that. And Russia's like, what? We're not doing anything. These are just fake tanks. You are just seeing things. We're not moving tanks into the Crimea. No.
Oh.
What? We're not practicing our use of weapons over here. No. Nope. You've been playing too many video games. Putin's number one opposition, Boris Nemtsov.
Putin.
Well, yeah, someone assassinated his opponent.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 guys came out of a white van and shot him dead.
Well.
And Putin is like, I will look into who did this. Spoiler alert, Putin also had, back in the 90s, his other guy killed by poisoning him with a radioactive dart. So, if we're, when you have the guy that's may or may not have been ordering this, seeing to find out who did it, yeah, there's not going to be an answer. That's like asking North Korea to figure out who did the Sony hacks. It's not going to happen. Yeah, so Putin is becoming all-powerful. Why would you go up against... It's like, no, there's no way to fight Putin politically anymore. He's just too powerful. He's just become a machine. It's just sad. An octopus tried to escape a Seattle aquarium.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it... What?
It tried to escape.
It tried to escape.
Yeah.
It, tried to get out the doors and run away.
Yeah, and then, of course, it just went right back to the aquarium when it saw Seattle. You lost! I'm sorry, I'm running the Super Bowl into the ground. I didn't even think of that, and I just realized, oh wait, Seattle lost the Super Bowl. No wonder that octopus was trying to escape. Tragedy. Tragic. Tragic, isn't it? It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh. Okay. So, how do you feel about this octopus, Bobby?
I don't know. Am I supposed to feel a certain way about the octopus?
No, because that would be prejudice against octopeople.
Oh.
They're releasing a new rock band.
Oh yeah,
Xbox One and
yeah.
PS4.
They're trying to bring it back to the roots of rhythm games, I guess.
So like the original Rock Band,
Yes.
that was just awesome.
Yeah, they said they played the original 3 Rock Bands repeatedly to find what made them fun, and then remove all the boring extra stuff they added. So they're going to be releasing it sometime this year, with different bundles that have the guitar, the drums, and the microphone.
The best part was the microphone. That was the best part.
And then Activision is also aiming to release a new Guitar Hero sometime.
Lame. There's no microphone.
That's probably not going to be any good because the last few Guitar Hero games have been complete crap.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the last Guitar Hero game was released in 2010, and the last Rock Band, I'm assuming, was released around then too, or before. So I don't know why this is coming back, but if it's good, it's good.
A New Jersey court decided that a man cannot sue Applebee's because he was burned by praying over his food.
What?
So here's the story. So a man got his sizzling fajita at Applebee's, and he says that the waitress did not tell him, warning, it's hot, from a sizzling fajita at Applebee's. You've had one of those, right, where they go
Yes,
and they're
yes.
bubbling in the oils.
Yes, I've
Well,
seen
he
them.
goes, he bows his head to pray, and the oil splashes him in the face, and it says he burnt his face and his eyes. Didn't cause any scarring, caused no actual damage, but he decides to sue them because they did not warn him of the danger of the sizzling fajita. So the court decided, no, that was obviously clear and present danger, considering the fact that it was sizzling. So you cannot sue because you decided to pray over your fajita and it splashed you in the face. And then what happened was not only did it splash him in the face, but then it stung him so much that he knocked it into his lap, in which it burned more. And then he tried suing Applebee's. Because automatically the solution of, you dumping your food in your lap is, I'm going to sue you for not telling me that that this sizzling fajita is sizzling.
Applebee's.
America.
Does anybody even go to Applebee's anymore? Do you go to Applebee's?
I haven't been in Applebee's since we got kicked out of Applebee's.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Did we actually get kicked out of Applebee's?
No, but the security was about to show up.
Okay. I mean, like...
How many times are we going to say flaming yak? The count was at like 50-something. Every time you say the word yak. We were yaks before Yik Yak.
No, that was after we went to Disney.
What? No, that was before
That
Disney.
was before Disney?
That was before Disney.
Alright then.
That was in February. We went into Disney in March. Besides, it came from the joke where I said that in my country you leave flaming yak on doorsteps, sign of respect.
Yeah.
In Ukraine, when they run out of Molotov cocktails, they use babies. Babies like napalm. That was the joke.
You're going to Disney soon.
They
right?
closed Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was gonna talk about.
Okay, so I'm going to Disney on May 11th. And on May 11th, they're closing Pirates of the Caribbean because someone lost some fingers because they decided to stick their stupid hands in the water and got caught in the chain. Stop sticking your hands in the water, people. If you shut down one more ride on my Disney trip, I swear I will find you.
So they're closing the ride to make it safer and possibly add more things to it.
Yes.
And then they're going to open it up again in what, like October? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
I am so happy that I went on it 5 consecutive times when I was there last year because I would be very angry. As long as they don't close Carousel of Progress. They close Carousel of Progress, I will, flip a table.
That has like so many problems. Like,
I know, that ride
it
breaks,
breaks
down
down
all the
so much.
time. That ride is just, it breaks down. How many times is, the animatronic just spewing oil out of its face and just and it's like, what is going on?
Carousel of Progress, Five Nights at Freddy's.
It really is. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out.
Yes.
And it's horrible.
Well, I mean, like...
No,
all,
it is just plain horrible. I mean...
I haven't... Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, Five Nights at Freddy's is this horror game that was released for the PC sometime like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah, the first
it came out last year.
And then
the first one,
5 months.
and then it was like a $5 game that came out, and it's just like you work at security in
It's a jump scare game.
You work security in a restaurant at night, and then all the animatronics come to life and try to kill you
Yeah.
for some reason. But yeah,
And then they would jump out at you and be like, "Oh, scary." And then the second one came out, which was the more elaborate version. And much like sequels, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is really cool." And I could already go, "Oh no, this is only going to go downhill from here." But the second one was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then the third one came out. Right now, the third one came out. And you know what
Third
happens
one came
when
out
the third
Tuesday.
one? Yeah, Tuesday. Third one came out. And I have not played it yet, but I watched overviews and I watched the plays and crap.
Have you played any of them?
I played the first one for about a minute.
I don't have any of them.
Like 1 minute.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's this guy's making them so he can get the money while it's popular, and that's smart. But
It is smart, but this third game, they were saying, Kotaku.com did a review of it,
yes,
and they said there was all these really cool things in the new one. There was no story to explain why they're in there, but it's like literally, oh, you could do this with the air vents and stuff. Oh, if you hit this, like they made it really trippy. Like if you run out of air now, you start hallucinating the jump scares.
Yes,
So it
yeah,
may or
yeah.
may not be actually attacking you.
yes,
And they're like, well, why is there a camera in the air vent? That was one of the questions. Why is there a camera in the air vent?
because the enemy can crawl through the air vent.
I know, but who would have put a camera in an... You know, think about it. Like, oh, we just happened to put a camera in the air vent just in case this kind of thing happened. You know how it is. So, he's banking on it, which is smart man, but, you know, we're going to see Five Nights. It was supposed to be Five Nights at Freddy's. We're at 15 nights.
Each game
we're
is
at
5.
15 nights.
Each game is 5 nights.
This is the 15th night.
Jump scares.
Ooh. Bobby, do you have a Canadian $5 bill?
I don't. Why?
Get one and spock it.
What?
Okay,
Oh,
people are
yeah,
spocking
right.
their Canadian
Yes.
$5. They're taking the Prime Minister's face, one of the old Prime Minister's faces is on the Canadian $5, and they're making it look like Spock. Leonard Nimoy, after he died, they decided to make it look like Spock. So the Canadian government is telling them to stop doing that because it decreases the life expectancy of the bill, and it makes it harder to accept it, and it doesn't void the bill, but it makes it harder for places to accept it, and it kind of ruins the bill. But it is not illegal to deface the money in that way. It is not illegal in Canada, which is awesome. Because I know that if you like write the word "high" on a dollar bill, you could get arrested here. I'm pretty sure people do it, but you technically could. It's defacing money. And there's like this complicated jargon behind it where you could deface money, but you can't make it look like other money, or it's like, I don't know, it's really complicated.
Can I make my American money look like Canadian money?
No, that would be illegal.
Okay. I won't do that. I promise. I'm not crossing my fingers.
So this is a story that makes me want to like throw something.
Yes.
So, you know how gas prices started going back up again after they started tanking?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
The U.S. is running out of places to store crude oil. We have so much oil in this country, we've run out of places to put it. And they're worried that this will lower gas prices.
Oh.
They are worried because if the gas prices get too low, this will hurt the economy. We're really and ladies and gentlemen, let me just state, Western New York has like the highest gas price. New York has one of the highest gas prices, and we have like one of the highest of the highest. Niagara Falls is really high because we're near the border, and they decided they want to tax the Canadians extra hard. And they're always like, well, why don't our gas prices drop when the other gas prices drop? And they go, well, not a lot of gas is purchased in Western New York, so therefore the prices won't lower. And then it's like, well, then why did the prices start going up the second they start going up everywhere else? Well, the value of it's like they always come up with this excuse. Because with the first excuse, that means our gas should be still going down as everyone else's goes up due to the rate of purchasing oil. But it doesn't. It's just consistently high. And we have one of the highest gas taxes in all of the United States. Way to go, New York. And that's supposed to pay for our infrastructure. The gas tax is the only thing that pays for our infrastructure. And have you seen it? And we have a pretty high gas tax, and we have no infrastructure at all. It's just potholes everywhere. Now, NASCAR driver Kurt Busch. There's no charges against him.
Wait,
He allegedly beat his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
And they're saying that he most likely did, but there's not enough evidence, so they can't charge him.
So
this is like how many times we're going to hear, well, there's not enough evidence. What evidence? How much more evidence does there have to be at this rate? For like everything. At this point, when you have the people saying, yeah, he most likely did it, but we don't quite have the necessary amount of evidence. Like, I can understand if you say we really don't know, but for you to say, yeah, he most likely did, but legally we can't do... Like, what? Don't even say most likely he did then. You can't do that.
I just have no comment.
Liberia released their last Ebola patient.
Yay.
Yay.
So,
they're currently clear of Ebola, but that country has a lot of people that move around a lot, so it might come back.
Yes.
But still, Ebola, because we have to mention it, otherwise this wouldn't be Niagara 124. You know the Sandal Falls project that they do here, where they collect the sandals from like Cave of the Winds? And
yes.
They're actually going on their first trip. They're going to Mexico to bring sandals down to Mexico.
Okay.
They're doing that today. They're leaving today.
Nice. Give them the sandals.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing. I felt I'd plug that. If you go to the fashion outlets in Niagara Falls,
yes.
You can text them a question and they'll give you answers now. It's their text concierge.
Wait, what?
You could ask them like what sales are going on.
Like they have a number for this?
Yeah.
And you just text them and...
Yeah, you text them.
Is it like a live thing or is it like
it's
an automated...
No, it's a live thing because they can even text you like gift ideas and stuff. They also have a new app. They have a new app that gives you turn-by-turn directions inside of the mall. And
is the mall
a GPS spot locator so you can figure out where you parked your car.
Is the mall big enough for people to get lost in it?
Actually, with the expansion, it is.
It is really?
Yeah, there's a lot of stores. It's a little complicated in there now.
Huh.
I mean, I haven't been in there forever, so
yeah.
It's... Harrison Ford was in a plane crash.
Oh, we're finally talking about this.
Yeah, we're finally getting to that.
At the beginning.
The beginning. Harrison Ford crashed a plane.
So why?
He was piloting World War II. Well, he does this on his free time. He really loves flying.
Is he like actually Indiana Jones?
Yeah, he was flying a World War II plane.
Does
fighter plane.
Does he have a Millennium Falcon too?
I wish. But allegedly, he's Is there an update on his condition? Because
last time I checked,
his family said he was okay. The firefighter said moderate injuries, and the hospital and the news decided that he was in critical condition. However, his family's like, no, he's not in critical, and the firefighter's like, just kind of bleeding out of his head. So no one really knows what condition he's in. So everyone's just like, he's hurt, but he should survive.
Yeah, there's no update on his condition,
okay.
But yeah.
He most likely will not die.
He's not in critical
okay, good.
condition. I don't think at any point he was in critical condition.
It was like one of the news people are like, he's in critical condition. And it's like, no, he's not. Nuh-uh. He walked... They put him on a stretcher, but he actually stepped out of the plane himself, so he was okay. And everyone was like, well, is this show how professional he was? Because he crashed it in an isolated area and the plane stayed intact. And the guy that was reviewing it is like, I cannot speculate on that. You wouldn't anyway, because they're like, well, does this show that he's a well-trained pilot and that he an experienced pilot as opposed to an inexperienced pilot? And he responded, there's 40,000 car crashes every year, and you wouldn't ask someone whether they're an experienced or inexperienced driver when they crash. I'm like, yeah, actually, you would. Usually, if they crash, I'd be like, no. Have you driven properly before? What caused this? And piloting a plane is not driving a car. I passed a road test. I cannot pass a plane test. That's a lot harder.
There are way less plane accidents than car accidents because there's less planes in the sky and you have more open space while you're operating a plane.
But do you know how many times plane crashes are caused by either fatigue or inexperience? Inexperienced pilot does the wrong thing and the plane crashes.
Well, yes.
Every time it's in the news. So I feel that this was okay to ask this question, and I was kind of bothered that that the guy that was explaining it, who's like one of the federal commission people that was reviewing the plane crash, is like, well, that's unfair to say. It's like flying, and tries to compare it to driving a car. It's not. Okay, with a car, you have forward, back, and left and right. You have the X and Y. There is no Z. Plane gives you that Z, the extra axis that screws everything up, man.
Meh.
There used to be water, the amount of the Atlantic Ocean on Mars.
There did used to be water. Did there?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Also, there's this, I have his name, but I can't read it. Something Young. He's a Republican from Alaska. He's one of the, like a senator or legislative person.
Yes.
He does not like gray wolves. And there's been all this thing lately where it's like, we need to save the gray wolves. The gray wolves in Alaska, they need to be saved. And he said, you know what? All these people that are complaining that the gray wolves are in danger are not living in Alaska. So he decided to say, and I quote, I'll introduce them to your district. You wouldn't have a homeless problem anymore.
All right, then.
What is with people in Alaska just being, like, very bluntly horrible with their comments? It's like having James, except James is fake British. Right, Puppet James? Yes.
You moved into the accent as you were finishing your own, and then you just...
Okay, Bobby, I am sick. I currently have a Mento in my mouth.
Right, Puppet James, yours.
Okay, you know what? I don't even know. Lockheed Martin was able to knock out a car 1 mile away with a laser.
What?
They blew up a car with a laser.
Okay, where and when did this happen?
It happened over the week. I don't know where. That's classified.
Okay, but
they're creating space lasers.
But why?
Because we want laser weapons. Because if you could nuke out a car, maybe you could destroy a missile with a laser, and we could go all Sicilian Project. For those of you that don't know or have never read Raise the Titanic, the Sicilian Project was where they would use Byzanium to stop missiles from ever attacking the U.S. because it would create a giant dome, and they would blow up due to the Byzanium. However, you could create a Byzanium bomb that would blow everything up, and that's why they raised the Titanic.
If we had laser weapons, wouldn't more people die?
No. It would be a deterrent.
But why?
Like nukes.
But what if people walked around carrying laser guns?
How different is that from people carrying real guns, Bobby?
You don't have to, have physical ammunition. You can just have a laser. And you can just, pull it out and pew pew.
Do you understand how lasers work?
Laser.
Okay, that's what I thought. Little Caesars has a deep dish pizza that is wrapped in bacon.
Oh,
and it's bacon on the top. I had it for dinner.
Oh my!
It was amazing. Like 2 nights ago, I had it for dinner. It was the greatest thing ever. It was even better than their pretzel crust pizza. It was amazing. It was a deep dish, and it's like the entire pizza is probably 2 inches deep, maybe 3. It's a pretty really deep pizza. The entire top is pepperoni and bacon, and like real bacon, like thick, crunchy, awesome bacon. Then the crust is wrapped. The edge crust is all bacon.
Oh my gosh!
It is amazing. So if you guys want to go, there's a Little Caesars in North Tonawanda, and everyone should get this pizza. Shout out to Niagara Catholic for their Wizard of Oz musical. Going on tonight at 7.
Tonight, tomorrow
at 7, and Sunday at 2.
I am going tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow, and if it's sold out, I'm just going to disappear.
Oh, alright, well, bye.
Yeah.
I won't be doing the show without you, so.
I can't get a ticket. If I can't get a ticket, I will vaporize, man.
Alright, then.
I will Osmosis Jones my way out of here, dude.
That's... Okay.
Do you remember that movie?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Bill Murray was in it.
Yes. Do you remember that show?
It was a movie first.
It was a movie and then it was a show, yeah.
But, yeah.
The mosquito came and put him into a kid for the show.
Bill Murray is 80. Is he? No, he's not. He's not. He's old and he's still doing tons of things. He's just...
Siri, how old is Bill Murray?
I just see tons of things on Reddit. Bill Murray.
You don't see Bill Murray in my contacts. What a shame. Really, Siri?
Are you looking up how old he is?
Yeah.
I didn't mean like 80 literally, but he's old.
Not even close. He's 64.
Yeah.
He's not even retirement age, dude. That's not that old.
But like he's not even like he doesn't even act anymore, and he still just walks around and does a bunch of things. Like, I just hear stories on Reddit from people who have seen Bill Murray just randomly. Just doing something like he owns a baseball stadium or something. He owns a baseball team. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
look
really
it up.
Follow Billiam Murray.
Why are we talking about?
I don't know.
Did you have any more stories?
No, I think we covered everything.
Okay, I'll look up Bill Murray then.
Unless someone wants to, or someone's gonna show up afterward and be like, "You didn't cover this story." I'm gonna be like, "Why didn't you text me during the show?" And it'll be like, "Meh." And then there'll be rage, and then there'll be a weird makeout scene with a puppet.
The first news result for Googling Bill Murray is George Clooney and Bill Murray dine on Greek food in New York City suburb. Like, why? Why do you gotta...
Why is that? I like that this is weird. Bill Murray eats?
Greek food in New York City.
So? Dude, I had breakfast at the Olympia. The Olympia is a really nice restaurant. Have you ever been to the Olympia?
Yes, I have.
Yes, it's really good. Oh, they have really good omelets. They actually have really good pancakes. I was shocked. Almost as good as the Market Side. The Market Side's awesome, too. Market Side in the Niagara Falls City Market. Go to it.
He's a part owner of the St. Paul Saints independent semi-pro baseball team, and he occasionally travels to St. Paul, Minnesota to watch the team's games. But he also works at the ticket thing where people come in and he just rips people's tickets.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
it's gonna play a billion LaFontaine.
Yeah, when we're
sweepers.
done, it's gonna play the LaFontaine sweeper about 80 times. Oh, wait.
Is there a way to like not have it do that?
I know why it's doing this.
Why?
Because we stopped it.
Yes.
And it hasn't been playing.
Oops.
It keeps building them up over and over again, so that's why there's 30. That's not good. That is not good. Like, at all.
Well, it's like, what? We have like 3 minutes.
We can do it.
2 minutes.
We can survive.
Can't
we
survive.
Can live.
I have a test after this. I'm going to.
Do we?
I haven't eaten anything either, so you know, like.
So that's why you're.
Well, I mean, I'm sick in general.
Well, so am I, but I'm not. What?
Play some Christian hot AC.
What?
That's what it said in the playlist.
What did the playlist just do? What was that? What? Why are we narrating what we're doing? This is
I don't know. You're looking for music, and we're just
I'm
sitting here awkwardly because we have like 2 minutes left.
This is actually the farthest we've ever gone without getting awkward.
True. I'm just gonna sit here.
What the? Okay, the playlist.
My eye itches.
Oh, that's not good. That's the spinning beach ball of death there. Okay, there we go.
Just look for some music. I don't know what's happening. I got nothing else to talk about. The end. Goodbye.
Let's put this in. Oh, why is it doing this? Okay. Then this.
GDC happened.
What happened?
GDC, I believe, I don't know what it stands for exactly, but it was a conference over the weekend, or through this past week. Game Developers Conference.
Oh, cool.
No, that's a different thing.
No,
that's not what I was talking about. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't know what it stands for, but it's GDC.
Okay, well, this is the end of our show.
Okay, I was gonna...
We hope you enjoyed your time here with us. We enjoyed the awkward silence and the awkward noises. Once again, I am Nico.
I'm Bobby.
And I am Puppet James. And this is Niagara Vitamin a Meeny Miny Mo. It's so tasty, too.
I'm tired and sick.
Bye.